check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Can y'all hear me? We are live. We are live. All right. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Wednesday, and we are live. Welcome to my channel. I'm a day late. So sorry about it, but I had some things to do, so I wasn't able to be on my normal Tuesday, but I'm here now. So we'll see how many people can join me for the live. Hopefully, if not, people will rewatch this, and I'll see y'all in the comments. Hold on, y'all. Something is itching my forehead. There we go. All right. What up? Welcome to the show. So today's show is going to go a little, well, not different necessarily, but normally I'm on a Tuesday before the games of the week come on, and then I'm talking about the previous week. But since today is Wednesday, we will go over yesterday's games and the festivities that took place as well, because is it Saturday or Sunday? The playoffs start. So we got one more day of games, which is tomorrow on Thursday. Correct my camera real quick. And then playoffs start. So, next week, I'll be recapping mainly the playoffs and then whatever happened with these games tomorrow. So why not just throw everything together? So we're going to get into it. Y'all, hold on. As soon as I start talking, my throat starts itching. But anyway, let's see who's here right now. We got Groovy in the house. What up, Jay and everyone? We got Russell. Hey, Russell. We got Kyra in the house. Just Carter. What's up? And Groovy wanted to know, I wonder what happened to you yesterday. I posted on my community page that I wouldn't be live yesterday. Mainly because it was such a rush. The beginning of the week, I didn't have anything ready. And then I wanted to watch the games. I didn't know the games started at like 6 and 6:30. I didn't really want to be live during that time. I wanted to be able to watch the games and check things out. So I decided to move it to today. So I hope y'all are cool with that. April's in the house. What up, J-Boog and chat? All right. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and get into recapping the games last week. So I will go ahead and let y'all see what I'm looking at. Hopefully y'all can see that. And we're going to get into it. So Tuesday, September 10th, we had 3 games. So Minnesota Lynx went up against Atlanta Dream. Minnesota won that game 76-64. New York Liberty went against Dallas Wings. New York beat them 105-91. Connecticut went up against the Los Angeles Sparks. They won 86-66. Then we had 3 games on Wednesday, September 11th. The Aces went against the Indiana Fever. My Aces took care of business, 86-75. Washington played Chicago. Now, this was kind of a pivotal game for Chicago because, we've been battling for 8th. We're still battling for 8th, believe it or not. But this kind of would have solidified things had we would have been higher up versus the Mystics, and Mystics wouldn't own the tiebreaker between us. But now I'm hearing the way they do it at the end of the season is they go off of point differentials or something like that. I'm not really sure, but regardless, Mystics beat us 89-58, beat us pretty bad. I'm trying to see, when did Camilla go out? I believe she played in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Seattle Storm went up against Los Angeles Sparks. They beat them 90-82. I'm going to look at this real quick because now I'm trying to figure out who played. Chicago's been going through it, y'all. If y'all been watching, y'all know Chicago has been going through it. Camilla had 13 points, Kennedy 16, Izzy 10, Mick 5. Yeah, Aaliyah Edwards, she usually eats against us, 15 points. Brittany Sykes 14. We got 8 up. We got 8 up by Washington. We did indeed. Oh no, what do you mean? Now I got to start over. Hold on, y'all. This site is so fun. All right. Let me get back to it. So user friendly, this site. I already said Seattle Storm beat Los Angeles Sparks 90-82. Then we had one game on Thursday. It was New York Liberty against the Dallas Wings. Liberty beat Dallas 99-67. Friday, the 13th, Mystics went up against Atlanta Dream. Mystics beat Atlanta Dream 72-69. That helped Chicago stay in the 8th spot at that point. Las Vegas went against Indiana Fever again. This time they won 78-74. Seattle Storm went against the Dallas Wings 83-81. Seattle won that game. Chicago Sky beat us again, Chicago 83-66. This is the game where Camilla got hurt. She re-injured her left. Is it her left arm? Her left shoulder going up for a rebound. Her shoulder got caught between Fee and I think it was Maisha Hines Allen. They were going for the rebound as well. Her shoulder was on top of Fee's shoulder, and somehow it tweaked. Her arm got tweaked, and then she was not really feeling it the rest of the game. So we lost another another player. I believe this is also the same game that Diamond got hurt. So anyway, we lost 66-83. Connecticut Sun played Phoenix Mercury. They won 88-69. Sunday, Dallas went up against Indiana Fever. That was a tight game. It seems I didn't get to watch that game, but Indiana won by 1 point, 110-109. Minnesota Lynx went up against New York Liberty. Minnesota beat New York 88-79. And then the rematch between Atlanta Dream and Washington Mystics. We needed Atlanta to win that game for Chicago to still be in it, and Atlanta did win. And then we needed to have tried to beat Phoenix to solidify that. Couldn't happen. We lost 93-88. Camilla, I think, played 9 minutes in that game. We didn't have Diamond. Kennedy hurt her foot that game. It's like our team is on the sick and shut-in list. I think either this game or the game prior to that, Breezy got poked in the eye. She went out for a little bit. It's been crazy for Chicago. The fact that they're still in a freaking playoff race is crazy to me. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Connecticut Sun went up against Las Vegas Aces. My Aces, again, took care of business, 84-71. Los Angeles Sparks went up against Seattle Storm. Seattle won 90-87. And then yesterday's games, Minnesota went up against Connecticut Sun. Minnesota won 78-76. That was a tight game. New York went up against Washington Mystics. New York won that game. So they won 87-71. Chicago really needed to win this game against Atlanta to knock them out of the playoff hopes, but they didn't. They lost 70-86. Again, this game, we didn't have Kennedy. We didn't have Camilla. We literally only had eight available players, 5 starters and 3 on the bench. Everybody else is hurt. Again, it was crazy. It's crazy that honestly, Chicago it wasn't like they were getting blown out. It was up and down. It wasn't until the very end that, things fell apart for Chicago. So again, crazy that we're still in it. The Aces went up against Seattle Storm. Seattle won 85-72. And then finally, Phoenix Mercury went up against the Los Angeles Sparks. Phoenix won 85-81. I did not watch that whole game, but I did obviously see all the drama that went down between BG and Rakia. There was drama between Skylar Diggins-Smith and Tip Hayes in the Seattle game. Chicago, the Atlanta Dream social media team was being really, really shady towards Chicago. That was crazy. So it was a lot. It was a lot happening yesterday, along with last week. So those are the scores. And then I'm going to stop this. We're going to go and check out the standings so we can see where everybody is right now. But I'm going to check in with the comments before I head there. Ghost is in the house. Hey, Boog. Ghost is giggling. How'd the Atlanta game go for y'all, Snicker? I mean, how do you think, Ghost? I just said half the team was on the bench. So it went like I expected it to, but honestly, they were in it more so than I thought. We got 22 points from Big Mama, which she hasn't. That's been the biggest point amount that she's got since she's been with the game with the team. She hit 6 3-pointers. Last game, the game before that, she hit 5 3-pointers. So she's getting her groove. If we had a couple of other people, be able to perform at such a level like that, we probably could have won the game because Atlanta was turning the ball over a lot. Some of their shots weren't falling down. We had a chance, which I didn't think we would get blown out by Atlanta, but I didn't think it was going to be super close like it was. April said, "Can I borrow your glasses to see your stat?" My stat, was it not big enough? I probably should have made it bigger. My bad. Jamie says, I was against the Mercury game. It was against the Mercury game. Are we talking about Diamond hurting her foot? Diamond, or are we talking about Camilla? Zai's in the house. Hey, J Boog, what's going on? Jeffrey's in the house. Hey, Jeffrey. 12 Kyle is in here. What up, JSPN? Question, who is your all-time favorite NBA player and why? My all-time favorite NBA player is Kobe Bean Bryant. A full-time career Laker out of Pennsylvania, who speaks fluent Italian. That's my all-time favorite player, Kobe. Ever since I saw him play in the McDonald's All-American basketball game, and then I was very disappointed to see he took Brandy to the prom, but I was still going to ride with him, and I followed his entire career until he retired. So that is my favorite player, Kobe. Kobe came in. We didn't have internet like we do now. Social media would have been going crazy on him because he was, a very good player, and people were saying like he's going to come in and I wouldn't say dominate, but there's like he could be the next Michael Jordan. That's what they kept saying. And he came in and he struggled a little bit. He was good, but he was a little hard-headed. He was a little, headstrong, kind of didn't want to listen to anybody. He was a little rough around the edges. But he stayed with it. He stayed working. His work ethic, as people see now when they hear or learn about Kobe, his work ethic was like no other. His main focus was to win, and he didn't really care about anything else. He was highly competitive. And then we got to see like the softer side of him once he stopped playing basketball. We got to see like the family man and things like that, and what he did with, his daughter's basketball team and stuff. So I loved his game. I'm so happy that I got to see him play. Probably about 4 or 5 times, maybe even 6. When I was living in Houston, I watched, the championships on TV, and, was just happy to see him celebrate and become one of the best players that the game has ever seen. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's what I got. Jamie said Rakia got them hands. Rakia's from the D. 313 stand up. Like she was ready. Now I don't know if I would have been trying to fight BG. She's like 7 feet tall, but Rakia wasn't backing down. Now she backed up so she can get ready, to size up, get that wind up going on. But she wasn't running away. If she was running away, she would have turned around and ran the other way. She was just backing up to try to, get in where she fit in. So it's crazy. I don't think she should have got ejected because she didn't throw. I mean, she didn't land anything. If they looked at the tape, at least what I saw, um, she got elbowed twice by BG because BG, I guess, didn't like them crowding her out at the free throw line, which I see people do that all the time. I didn't see anything crazy happen. And I guess she got frustrated with that and threw those elbows at Rakia. And then they started talking. And then BG was pointing at Rakia like she was about to point in her face. And if anybody knows, it don't matter what hood you from. If you point your finger in somebody's face, that means you're ready to rumble. Some people think that's ready to go. That's go time. So she put her finger in Rakia's face, and Rakia was getting ready to, they started pushing off on each other, and then, it got broken up before anything could happen. I'm happy because I don't want anybody to, catch any real, hits or anything like that. But Rakia was just defending herself. I didn't see that she did anything wrong. She tried to, deflect the finger coming into her face, and that's it. I don't see why she got thrown out, but it happened. And BG got thrown out, but I think that I think Rakia shouldn't have. She should have got a tech, maybe a double tech. Maybe that's why, and that's why she got ejected. I'm not really sure. I don't think she should have got ejected off that though. Groovy says Rakia says she ain't no punk. Ghost says I'm team Rakia all day. SC Bread say, hey, how you doing? J Boog, did you the WNBA? Did I think the WNBA season was going to be like this? What do you mean? You mean the scuffles? You mean Chicago? Overall, like what do you mean exactly, SC Bread? Lily's Life says, hey everyone, good evening. Hey Lily. Lily says BG needs some counseling. Seriously, she seems so angry. Yeah, it just was weird. Like nothing. I didn't see anything happen that hasn't happened in basketball. Period. Like when you're at the line, and it's usually two people of the opposite team on one side and one person in the middle, and then the other side is reversed. So your job as the two people on the opposite team, you're holding out your arm on both sides to block that person to get them to not be able to get the ball. She didn't like that. I'm not even sure. And when they showed the replay, Rakia wasn't even the one that was like really holding her or had her arm on her like that. It was Yuru. But she didn't go for Yuru. She went for Rakia. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on. That it just seemed very misplaced. I'm not sure what Rakia said. Maybe something Rakia said set her off. Because they were talking back and forth. I don't know, but it was a little crazy. So we're gonna look at the standings real quick before we move on to the slides. If I need to make this bigger, I'll just do that because I guess y'all can't see that. Hold on, I'll make it bigger. Or I'll just make that wasn't what I want to do. Hold on. There. All right, so standings right now, as of today. We got New York in first, Minnesota second, Connecticut third, Aces fourth, Seattle fifth, Indiana sixth, Phoenix Mercury seventh, and right now Atlanta is in it at eighth, but it is a two-way tie between the Washington Mystics and Chicago Sky, and they're not out of it yet. So this is going to take a little thinking, and it's going to sound confusing. And somebody wrote this out, and I should have read it. I should have saved it so I can read it instead of me trying to like do it in my head right now. But so Atlanta is one game above Washington and Chicago. One game is 2 wins or 2 losses, or however you do the math. Now, they only have one game. So they only have one game left. But so here's a scenario. If Atlanta Dream loses, right, that drops them down a half game. If Washington Mystics win and Atlanta lose, Washington Mystics is now tied with Atlanta Dream. Washington Mystics owns the tiebreaker, so that means Washington Mystics would get the number 8 spot from Atlanta if it was just between them two. Now, for Atlanta and Chicago, if Atlanta loses this next game, Chicago wins this next game. Again, that's dropping down 0.5, Chicago going up 0.5, that ties them. Chicago owns the tiebreaker between Atlanta and between them and Atlanta. So that means they would get the 8th spot. Now, the thing is, if Chicago wins, if Atlanta loses and Chicago wins and Washington also wins, Washington will get the 8th spot because Washington owns the tiebreaker between all three of them, if that makes sense. So it's really jumbled. It all depends. The only way the Sky can get in is they only have a chance if they get in. I mean, if they win and beat Connecticut. Do I think they're going to beat Connecticut? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Not with the majority of our team is out. But if they were to win, that gives them a better chance of staying in. That means if they won, they would have to, Atlanta and Washington will have to lose for them to stay there. But if they lose tomorrow, they're done. There's no other games to play. So it all depends on who wins and who loses tomorrow. Whoever gets the 8th spot. Right now, Atlanta's in there, but they don't have it until we figure out who wins and who loses tomorrow. So that's how the standings go. I think Atlanta, let's see what games. I know Chicago plays Connecticut. I'm going to see who Washington plays and who Atlanta plays. I know one of them played New York. Excuse me. So tomorrow, Atlanta plays New York, Washington plays Indiana. So honestly, it is possible, it's very well possible for both Atlanta and Washington to lose their games. So then it would be dependent on Chicago to win against Connecticut. Like I said, I don't really see that happening. So if all three of them lose the games tomorrow, Atlanta is in it because they're right now one game ahead of everybody else. So if all three of them lost, they essentially haven't moved any places. And so Atlanta would get it. So we shall see. We shall see, y'all. It's crazy. I wasn't that into who was going to make 8th spot last year because I was only concerned about my aces at the time. And aces, I was only concerned about them, who was going to get the number 1 seed between them and New York. But I do know Chicago had just gotten into the 8th spot at the very last minute as well. So it's kind of funny how it's working out that way again, that Chicago still has a chance to make it after all this stuff is happening. So let's see. I'm not reading about domestic abuse on here, but I see the comment. Jamie says, I really wanted the Sky to get a spot just so we can get to that experience. But these injuries, it's okay. But we got these injuries. It's okay. We're going to be a problem next year. I agree, Jamie. I would love for them to be able to get there and like you said, have the experience. But if we're running on fumes as it is, I just don't feel like it's a fair fight. I don't feel like we're going in completely ready. Like their only experience is how to practice, how to prepare, and then being in the actual game. But I mean, if you can't put your best foot forward, if you cannot bring the best that you have with your team, I would rather them concentrate on their health and get better and, worry about doing this next season. Now, I didn't say that with the Aces last year, even though we were in the same predicament. We literally only had 8 people that could play in the finals, but this was game 4 of the finals, and it wasn't like there was no give up there. They had played the whole playoffs, they had played the whole season, and this was either win or try to go home and win. But this was like the end of the playoffs. Like, this was going to determine if they win this championship or if they go back home and try to win that championship with the series tied. And so, yeah, then at that point, you go balls to the walls. You don't care who's hurt. We're going to play with these 8 people. We're going to leave it all out on the floor because this may be the last time that we get to play, period. You do that game 4 of the finals. I don't think you do that game 1 of a playoff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already too much stress on the team as it is, and we don't need anybody else hurt. So if a miracle happens and they make it into the playoffs, yay to them. I would love them to have that experience, but also if they don't make it, I'm not disappointed in them at all. Even if they were healthy and they didn't make it, I wouldn't be disappointed in them. April says ATL is not going to win against Liberty. I don't think so either. I mean, I think there's a chance that all 3 would lose, but then that means that Atlanta will get that spot. Ghost says, I'm hoping Sky gets in for Boog. Thank you. Thank you, Ghost. You don't have to, though. I'm fine with them not, like, it's I mean, no shade or anything to the players that's there that's playing. They're playing their butts off. Izzy and Big Mama. I mean, that's Rachel, if y'all don't know who that is. Breezy. I mean, these are players that don't normally get to play, especially like Breezy. Michaela's giving everything she's got. Lindsay's doing her thing. We had the new person, Kayla Davis, who they just released today. I mean, I don't know if they're re-signing her. I think they signed her for a 7-day. I read that they released her, but I don't know if they released her to sign her again because the 7-day was up or what they're doing. I haven't checked the transactions to know what's going on with that, but literally everybody that's playing in the game, Dana, they're giving their all. And I mean, honestly, I heard that Mick was also hurt. It's a lot. It's a lot. So it may not be worth it to try to push like that. I know they're not going to give up, but I don't think it's worth it. I wonder how those who says Angel Reese ain't that important feel now. They don't care because they don't even mean what they say. They say the thing that they think is going to get under Angel's skin or under the fan's skin. They say the thing that they think is going to poke the bear or rile people up. They don't believe that. And even if they do, they're just delusional and they don't watch for real. They don't see the impact that she has. And they're never going to admit. It's never going to be a time when people like that say those things is going to admit anything that has to do with, giving Angel the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what, y'all were right. Y'all were right. Like she does seem to be very impactful to this team. They're never going to say that. April says Fever can be real messy by letting DC win. I don't think Fever has it in them to let anybody just win. I don't see that happening at all. Why is everything itching me? I don't think they have that in them to let them win. But I mean, if Washington wins, then yes, they're in the playoffs. Even if they tie with Atlanta and Atlanta were to win, Washington owns the tiebreaker, I believe, for them. SC Bread said, hold on. Y'all say Rakia like that, but BG would have got a whole Jackson. It could have gotten ugly. BG draw blood from another player in college. She could have a flashback. Oh, I didn't say Rakia was going to win. I didn't say that. I didn't say that it wasn't going to be crazy that BG was going to get beat up. I'm just saying Rakia wasn't backing down. So, I mean, I've seen BG fight before and I mean, I ain't see her with no real form. She was swinging the arms more so, like just huge swings. If one of those things connect, you're done for. So I don't know. I'm just happy that it didn't get to that. Groovy says, get those likes up, y'all. Please, please get those likes up for me. Thank you, Groovy. KBAF is in the house. What's going on? KBAF says, Jay Boogie. Hey, what's happening? I saw a little bit of y'all show today. Ghost says to Peter, Ken and Camilla were also on the bench and they lost some offense from Mabry. Oh, did I miss something that Peter said? Oh, he's talking about the Angel Reese thing. Yeah, I mean, Angel Reese is not the only factor of whether they, win or lose or close or whatever. But nobody can deny that Angel's rebounds, she's going to give you double digit points and double digit rebounds, period, point blank, period. There's nothing that's denying about that. And you lose that. She's giving you your team second chance opportunities to score. She's taken away those second chance opportunities for other teams to score. She's really good on defense. She's a great playmaker. Teams rearrange what they're doing to try to, combat her. So, I mean, she's very impactful in the game, but it's also a huge, huge blow when you don't have Camilla, you don't have Kennedy, you don't have Diamond, even though Diamond comes off the bench. She's not like a huge impact player, but Diamond is another person that drives to the basket, can score, from time to time. It's just you're running out of options. You're running out of options and you're relying on the people that you have in. And it just depends on if they perform or if they don't. Like even with Big Mama scoring 22 points, that's the most, like I said, she scored. It still wasn't enough because we didn't have like that cohesive scoring from the whole team that we needed. Because any other day, if Big Mama came into the game and scored 22 points, we're winning that game because she just helped take us over the edge. So, yeah, those players not being in the game, definitely it hurts. Jamie says, what if the Aces get the third seed? They right there with Connecticut and they have the tiebreaker. The third seed is up for grabs. Very interesting. Yeah. If Aces gets a third, so right now, if we're looking at if it ended right now and Atlanta's in the game or in the playoffs, New York would go against Atlanta, Minnesota would go against Phoenix, Connecticut at number 3 would go against Indiana Fever, and then the Aces at number 4 would go against Seattle. And then on one side you have the New York and Atlanta game, and New York, Atlanta, Minnesota, and Phoenix would be on one side. Connecticut and Indiana would be on one side, and Vegas and Seattle would be on one side. But when I saw them, when they had the brackets, they put New York and Atlanta and Vegas and Seattle on the same side so that New York and Vegas will have to see each other, and whoever wins that will go into the finals. So I don't know how they necessarily divided it up because it was different last season that I remember. But regardless, if they were to be the 3, meaning they would take on Indiana, I mean, we can beat Indiana. That would be interesting, but also that would not saying it'd be easy. I mean, Indiana, if they want to heat up, they can heat up, but I believe the Aces are the only team that Indiana has not beaten, and I don't see them beating them in a series. So I can say that we would make it definitely through to see New York, and then that's when the battle really gets to battling. BG should have been kicked from the league. Can't wait till she retires. I mean, she didn't hit anybody, so I don't know about kick from the league. I've seen some fights. I've seen some fights in the W, and they didn't get kicked out from the league. So I don't think I don't see that happening. April says if Connecticut rests their starters, is the only way Chicago can win. Yeah, if they rest their starters, yes, you're right. But I still feel like Marina wants to teach Chicago a lesson. She wants to rain threes all day and all night on us. And I don't know. I don't see them also laying down. They could though. I mean, it's the last game of the season. You're playing a team that's like completely hurt. I can see them actually deciding to like, why are we exhausting this much energy into, even if we lose the game, nothing's going to change. But, Chicago might make it into the playoffs. But other than that, is no, is nothing that is detrimental to us. So they might decide to rest their starters because the playoffs are starting on the 22nd. So that's a good good thinking on that, April, because maybe they will, and that might give us a chance to win. But again, I'm still erring on the side that I just want them to be healthy. I mean, right now, I think both Kennedy and Camilla are probable for tomorrow. It's a day by day thing. And I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it for especially Camilla. Camilla has already talked about her struggles with being injured and the fact that she injured that same shoulder with that same team. I think it's like a mental thing with her. Like she already didn't want to be hurt as it was. She had to sit out games. She's never had to do that before. And so I think she's a little hesitant to want to use the shoulder. Like she wants to play. Like she tried to give some effort when she played against Phoenix. She even got a block on BG. I think she got two or three blocks that game. But I just don't think it's worth it to have her using her shoulder. I mean, if the doctors think that it's okay and it's just sore and there's no way or no like immediate danger, then maybe. But I just don't see the point in doing that. So I don't, she may or may not play, and we just have to do what we can with the players that, are available. Jamie says if they do that, the Aces getting the third seed. If Connecticut loses, then they get the third seed. Okay. So maybe they won't. Maybe they won't sit their starters because they don't want to lose their third seeding. Let's see if they were to go fourth, then they play Seattle if it stays that way. So, I don't know. Would Connecticut rather play Seattle or rather play Indiana? That would be the question, or what they think is best for them if all the standings were to stay the same. So it's going to be very interesting. Tomorrow, going to be a very, very interesting day. April says if Connecticut loses and Aces wins, Aces will move into the third spot. So I don't know, y'all. That's so maybe not. Maybe not. I don't see them. I don't know if they want to give up that spot. I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what they want to do, who they really want to go up against. They want Seattle or do they want Indiana? Very interesting. But if we're looking at the standings, like I said, where they are, who do y'all see with the teams that's in it now, like Atlanta being number 8? Who do y'all think is going to make it into the finals? What 2 teams do we think is going to make it into the finals? We got I'll make this a little bit bigger. I don't know if that made it too much bigger or not, but like I said, it'll be New York against Atlanta, Minnesota against Phoenix. So that's on 2 separate sides. Then it seems to be Connecticut and Indiana on the same side as Minnesota and Phoenix, and then Vegas and Seattle are on the same side as New York and Atlanta. So who do we think out of New York versus Atlanta and Vegas versus right now Seattle? Who's coming out on that side that is going to go into the finals? Who do we think from those teams, who's going to go into the finals on that side? And then on the other side, you have Minnesota against Phoenix, and then Connecticut against Indiana. So which one of those teams are going to end up in the finals? I saw someone says New York versus Minnesota for the finals. What else does anybody else think that's going to get into the finals? For me, I am riding with my Aces on that side all day long. Like I said, if we play Indiana, I don't see us losing in a series to Indiana. Um, Playing New York is going to be a battle, just like it's been the past 2 seasons. um, I think New York obviously is a much better team. They're more cohesive than they were last season. So playing the Aces will need to be on their game, but it is not to say that they can't beat New York. So I choose Aces to come out on that side. And then on the other side, let's see, Minnesota, Phoenix, and Connecticut and Indiana. I'm going to say Minnesota. It might be a Vegas, Minnesota finals if I had my pick. Vegas, Minnesota, which is crazy. Do you want, it's going to be the battle of the three-peat or the battle of the dynasty? Will Minnesota finally get back on top from having those 4 championships? Will they get a 5th, or will the Aces three-peat? I think that can be a good story. So y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think, who's going to make it into the finals from what we have there. All right. SD Bread says, have you, oh, I guess I should click on it. Have you seen an old movie called Black Girl with Leslie Uggams? You could have been her character in the movie would if ATL Sky Mystic. Wait, what? Have you ever seen an old movie called Black Girl with Leslie Uggams? You could have been her character in the movie. And then are you saying, what if Atlanta, Sky, Mystic all lose? If Atlanta, no, first of all, I've not seen that movie. I've never heard of it. Don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. And what if Atlanta, Sky, and Mystic all lose? Then Atlanta will go to the playoffs. That's what would happen if they lose. All right, so let's get into my slides. Stop screen. Boom, boom, boom. News around the dub. So, of course, y'all know I'm going to talk about my MVP, my forever MVP. Asia has been dominant this whole season. She came out on fire. She's ending this season on fire. Hey, Fulan, what's up? These are her stats. This is where she sits in the stats this season. She is first in points. She is first in points per game. And I believe the points, well, obviously points, total points, she's gotten the most points ever in the W in a single season. Points per game, I believe, is the most ever in a single season. She's first in field goals made. She's first in win shares. She's first in offensive rating. She's first in offensive win shares. She's first in player efficiency rating. And I believe she also has the highest PER in WNBA history. She's first in blocks. She's first in rebounds. She did get that from my girl. It was a little bittersweet, but if anybody's going to take the record from my fave Angel, I got to give it up to my MVP for doing it. But she got that. She's not only is she first, she has the most total rebounds ever in a season. Taking that from my rook, Angel Reese, which is crazy to say when you think about it. Like the person who had that record previously was a rookie who only played 34 games. That's crazy, but it happened. Defensive win shares, she's first. And the only thing that's up here that she's not first in is steals, which at one point she was like number 2 in steals. Ajawilson is that girl, and I'm not really sure what people are missing, what people are not getting, what people aren't realizing, what people like. I'm not really seeing what people don't see when you talk about one of the most dominant players that the W has ever seen. If you're a stats person and that's what you go off of, is right there in your face. These are things. This is why I believe she should be unanimous as the MVP, because she is doing things that nobody has ever done before in the history of the W. And she's been consistent. This is not something she did for 2 months. This is not something she did for 7 games. This is not something she did for, after the Olympic break. This is something that she's done since the beginning of this season. And it's crazy because last season she was going crazy. So for her to be better than she was last season, and then the season before that, she got MVP. She's better than both those versions of her. I, it is what it is. And I think the next slide is is when they talk about the most rebounds in a single season. Fulan says, would you say Asia patterned her game from watching Candace Parker, or is there someone else? Asia has said Candace Parker is her GOAT. She talks a lot about Candace Parker. So I've only heard her talk about Candace Parker, but I'm sure she's, modeled her game after, several players. I think for her, she's just wanted to be the best player that she can possibly be. Hold on. She's just wanted to be the best player she can possibly be. And that means working on different aspects of her game. I think she really looked to Candace as an example of what a stretch four looks like. Like a four can be like a guard. A four can protect the paint, but a four can also be a point forward. They can also run the plays. They can also move like a guard. Like you don't have to be stuck around the paint. And I think she definitely looked at Candace as a model for that. But like I said, she works on her 3-point. She worked on her middies. She worked around, finishing around the basket. She worked on her defense. She worked like she's been working and working and working and working. And every year she gets better at something while still maintaining what she did the previous year. So I mean, she's kind of like a hybrid. And I think that she is Asia Wilson. Like she might have gotten a couple of things from other players and maybe modeled her game after a couple of other players, but she's done it in a way that makes her stand out on her own. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I think. Jamie says unanimous MVP. April says she took down Reese's rebound record. Yeah, I mean, it hurt because obviously I already talked about this last episode or whenever I talked about, yeah, it was last episode. You know, I was really just hurt for Angel because she was trending to not only have the most rebounds ever in a season, she was going to break that 500 mark. She was going to be, I believe, definitely the only rookie, but may have been the only player with 500 points and 500 rebounds in a single season, because no one's had 500 rebounds in a single season before. So obviously she would have been the first person to do that. And so it just hurt that her other records or that main record wasn't going to stay hers, because she was only like 45, 47, I believe, rebounds ahead of Asia. And of course, if she would have stayed playing, she definitely would have, gotten a record. But Asia's averaging 11, almost 12 rebounds, maybe 11 and a half rebounds a game. And she had 6 more games to play. That wasn't hard to make up 40, to get 40 rebounds in those 6 games when you average 11. You know what I'm saying? So, I knew it was going to happen. It just felt bittersweet. But, again, I say it's so crazy that the person that previously held that record was not only a rookie, but somebody who had taken that record from Sylvia Fowles, who is one of the legends in the game, which is crazy. It's mind blowing when you think about it. April said she didn't even know or care that she broke the rebound record. She didn't. And that was something too. I've been seeing a lot of discourse online, which is really crazy to me. And I get it. I mean, there are super fans out there, and sometimes they're not all together. Like they're one track mind. They're only thinking about their player, and they think it's always some kind of conspiracy against them. If anybody watches or knows of Asia and Angel, you know that they're cool. Asia has been Angel's mentor. Angel has said that Asia's her favorite player. Angel has said that she looks up to Asia. Asia has said if Angel needs anything, she's a phone call away. She knows that when we're on the court is game time and we're battling, but off the court, if it's anything she needs, I'm a phone call away. They are good. And for some reason, some people have gotten online and gone bonkers trying to say that Asia was shading Angel and it needs to be an asterisk after her record because she didn't have it. You know, if Angel was still in the game, she wouldn't have that record. So she took it from Angel. And it's like, it's a record. Records are meant to be broken. Although I loved and I wanted Angel to get it, Angel didn't finish the season. And so it was her record, but she had to finish the season or have it so high where nobody else can get to it. And Asia was just that close. So Asia wasn't going to stop getting rebounds because she wanted Angel to get it. Like that doesn't make sense. If you're in the game, you're in there to play. I don't see her throwing anything because she doesn't even care. Like April said, it's times where on this very program last year, I was getting on the aces because I'm like, nobody rebounds. Like y'all would throw a shot up there and everybody runs to the other end. Nobody tries to rebound. And even Don Staley had tweeted out one time this year when Asia was, starting to get a bunch of rebounds and was leading the league in rebounds. Don said, finally you start like rebounding the ball. Thank you. Like, welcome to the party or whatever. And her and Angel went back and forth for a little bit during this season, who was leading rebounds and stuff. It wasn't until Angel started getting 20 rebounds a game for those 3 games, and wasn't letting her foot off the gas and got her average up to 13.1, which has also never been done in WNBA history. That's when she got that huge lead. And so I can't even wrap my head around being upset at Asia or thinking Asia is shading Angel because she said she wasn't hunting down rebounds. They asked her, how does it feel to get the rebounding record? And Asia said, well, I don't look for rebounds. I'm not hunting for rebounds. I'm 6'4". I'm around the basket. I think I should get rebounds. I think that's part of my job. But it's that she says she thinks more of trying to score. That's where her main focus is. She wants to score for her team, to help her team. She's not really thinking about rebounds like that, but she's not going to pass up rebounds. Like she understands like they're important as well, but that's just not her focus. So when she said that, I never even thought anything about it being slight to Angel. Angel's just really good at rebounding. That's what she does. Kim Mulkey told her no rebounds, no rings. So that's been ingrained in her head. That's what she's good at. That's what she wants to do. So yeah, her focus may be rebounding just because Asia's is not, and she has the record doesn't mean that that is a slight to Angel. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I can't even make it make sense in my head as to why people think that and why people are mad at Asia. She was close enough to get it. I don't think she was thinking in her head, let me try to get all these rebounds so I can beat Angel Reese. I don't think she was thinking that. She wasn't thinking about Angel at all. She was just doing her job, and she happened to get those 40 plus rebounds to overtake that record. The thing to know is for me, Angel's going to get that record, if not next season, the season after that, or like the record is going to be hers before it's all said and done. And I think it's going to be more than 500. I think Angel is just blessed and very talented in that spot. And I think now more than ever, people realize the importance of rebounding. I've never heard people talk about rebounding as much as they have this season. I haven't heard them talk about double doubles as much as they have this season. because I think people are starting to realize they are important. They are important to certain teams. And, there are going to be people that still don't, value that and stuff like that. And that's fine. But I believe that, Angel is just starting her career. She's going to have a long career, and she is going to be, she's already an elite rebounder, and she's seen by other coaches and other teams and other greats to be great herself in that spot. So I think it's just going to continue as she continues to play. So I'm not worried about a record being taken from her. I believe she's going to get another record. Eagles brother says, "Happy Wednesday. Congrats to Portland for getting a new team, and happy us in Seattle to have a closer rival." I was just going to talk about that. Jamie says, "Do you think Angel should pattern her game after Asia or Nafisa?" For me, I think Angel is a student of the game. I think Angel is going to be another hybrid. She has talked about modeling herself after Candace Parker, after Alyssa Thomas, after Asia. She's learned things from Tina Charles. She's learned things from Stewie. She's learned things from JJ. I think she's soaking up so much stuff, especially Nafisa as well. I think she's soaking up so many different things from so many different players, not only by watching them, but by playing them, playing against them, and then, playing with them during All-Star. I think she's soaking everything up, and she's going to take a little bit from every lesson that she's learning from these players. She's watching them very closely. She's watching what they do well. She's watching what they're not doing well. And she's applying that to what she needs to work on or what she wants to see out of her game and how it grows. And I definitely think she is going to be a hybrid of all those players with a sprinkle of Angel Reese all up in through there. She's going to make it her own, similar to what I said about Asia. Asia may have patterned herself out of from a Candace Parker and maybe even a little Maya Moore, but and Lisa Leslie, but she is her own player. Like, she does what Asia does, and you can't necessarily say she's every part of her game you can see in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? She's taken a little bit and kind of made it her own, and I think Angel is going to be doing the same thing. So I think she should take a little bit from both of those players. But like I said, I think Angel is very smart and very observant. And you can already tell just from the talk that she had with Tina Charles how that changed so much for her game after playing with her after one game. So she's going to be a hybrid. SC Bread says, have heard of a female college basketball player named Louisa Harris from Delta State. She has more talent in her little finger than Ajawilson get her game. Well, we won't know until she makes into the W and does what Asia does. Now, will we? So we shall see. We shall see. Jamie says, I think Camilla has the most upside. I think both of them have a great career ahead of them. I don't really play the who has a better whatever between the two of them, or really any players, to be honest. Like, I believe though the individual players have their own path and journey to take. And I think that Camilla, as Teaspoon said, will be one of the most dominant bigs in the game as far as centers. And the thing with Camilla is she's fast. She has good hands. She can move around. She has a shot. She has a shot. She doesn't always have to hang around the basket. But again, we talked about this last week, or maybe I talked about it on another show. But Camilla is used to having guards from South Carolina where she didn't have to be the scorer. She scored at will when she wanted to, and if she, didn't have the shot, it was free. It was a free shot to like give to somebody else that was going to knock it down. She didn't have any doubts or anything that if she passed it out, that person wasn't going to make the shot, or if they didn't make the shot, she would be there to clean it up, her or Chloe Kitts or Ashlyn Watkins or Fagan, whoever was in the post with her. So she played a different game. Now in the W, she's going to have to be more of a scorer. She's going to have to be more selfish. She's going to work on her game. I think her shot is going to come out a lot more. But I think with the way she is and the way she plays and how light she is on her feet to be 6'7", she is going to be dominant. So I see nothing but greatness coming from her. Just tweaking the little things that she needs to, working on her confidence, working on her finishing. She's already efficient. Like she's efficient, but she can be more efficient. That's the crazy thing about it. She had a great week last week, which we'll get into when we do the rookie watch. But yeah, Camilla has a great upside. I agree with that. All right. And just as Eagle Brothers said, it was announced today, I believe, that the WNBA has chosen their next expansion team, which is Portland. They will join the WNBA in 2026. So if I'm not mistaken, that means Valkyries are next year, 2025, right? And I think Canada or Toronto and Portland will be 2026. So that would bring the teams to 15 total teams in the WNBA. So I don't know. What do y'all think about Portland? Portland had a team back in 2000. They ran from 2000 to 2002. It was called Portland Fire. They folded, meaning, ran out of money, had to close shop. So they weren't able to have any longevity there in Portland. So, I mean, reading the press conference or whatever the little press release, they said that they've had a lot of interest there with the increasing interest and energy behind the college players and college teams in that area. They feel like this time it will definitely be a good move to put a team back there in Portland, and they expect it to be successful. So we shall see. We shall see. I mean, I don't know if they're going to try to even it up and try to have another team, but a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, MJ's in the house. Hey, MJ, what's going on? Long time no see." A lot of people have been saying expanding to, teams is awesome, but can they please expand these rosters? Can they please expand these rosters? What is the deal with doing that? Like it's great we got money to expand teams, but can we get 15 people on a team, 16 people on a team before we start trying to give every city a team? And I kind of agree with that. I think as we've seen with this season, Dallas had three or four hardship players. Atlanta just got a hardship player today. Chicago had a hardship player. Aces have been going through different players. I think they have Queen right now. Several teams. New York has had to pick up hardship players because they don't have enough people. If they only have 12, and if 2 of those people go out, you're like, that's detrimental to your team. Now you can still play with 10. You can play with 9, but when it gets down to 8 and 7 and 6, like you ain't got no subs. If someone gets in foul trouble, what are you going to do? If someone else gets hurt, what are you going to do? It just helps. It just helps to have a larger amount of roster players there. So it not only gives the opportunity to all these other good players out here who don't get a chance to get into the W. It also helps whoever you do have on the bench to be able to develop and not have to worry about getting cut because they messed up on one game or they just weren't, what someone really needed at that time, because it's so cutthroat. You gotta have those 12 players, and you can't wait around for someone to figure it out or someone to gel with the team or whatever it is. So everybody's getting cut all the time. If you have a larger roster, maybe that gives teams a little bit more freedom to let's see how this person is going to work out for a while, like for the long term, or at least give them, some games under their belt in order to see if they are going to gel, or let's just try to develop them. Cause W doesn't have a developmental league either, but I just think it would just help in the long run. It takes the pressure off of these teams when they get hurt. Cause obviously look what happened. Like they needed players and now they're having to scramble to figure out where they can get the players from. They're signing 7-day contracts 3 and 4 times, and it's crazy. People are moving around. Mo Billings and Odyssey Sims have been moved around, and Charisma Osborne has been, I mean, not Charisma Osborne, Celeste Taylor has been moved around and stuff like that. So I think expanding the roster would be more important, but the W feels like these teams being expanded would be better. So that's what we have. Let's see. Q says, I'm just happy more roster spots are open so these hoopers can get a chance. Yeah, I mean, it does open up more roster spots because you have more teams. So that's the upside of that. More players. You get, 3 more teams, 36 more players that can play in the W that didn't get a chance to play. So that's pretty dope. But also, if they had 15 people on every team or 14 people on every team, that's even more players that get that opportunity to play. MJ says Portland Flyer had a good set of players back in the day. I did read that. MJ says the W has to be strategic about their expansion, unlike expansions of the past. I get that. SC Bread said that Louisa passed away. She led Delta State to 3 consecutive college titles. I'm sorry to hear that she didn't make that. She's no longer with us. Didn't mean to be insensitive if that was insensitive, but it's hard to compare someone in college with what someone on a professional level is doing. So it's unfortunate that she didn't get her opportunity to show what she can do in the W. I'm sure she would have been very successful. MJ says, I wouldn't even say have teams in non-NBA cities, maybe close to NBA cities, but not like Detroit Shock. Still not sure why that franchise didn't survive. I think it's just money and interest, maybe. I want the Houston Comets to come back, and I didn't even like the Comets. The Comets, but they're closer to me, so at least I can go to more games. If Houston had a team, I think that'd be dope. Q says, I know, right? They moved us to Tulsa. Talking to MJ, out of all cities. SC Bread said, is that what the Portland WNBA was called? Yeah. Portland Fire. I thought I said that. Maybe I didn't say their name. But yeah, don't know if they're going to be back to being the Portland Fire or if they're going to name them a new team altogether. But the crazy or exciting thing coming up after this season, the comments. Yeah. I don't know why I said the comments. Maybe they should be the Houston Comets instead of the Comets. The expansion draft is happening in December, and then free agency is happening. So it's going to be very interesting. As far as I know, every team gets to protect 6 players from their teams, and then everybody else, I believe, is up for grabs as to who Valkyries want to take a stab at. Not stab. Take a chance with. And then, once free agency opens up, that's just a whole nother thing, because then players can go and talk to whoever they want to and get in that way and maybe get to the Valkyrie. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait. I know December is a ways away, but I can't wait to see how this is going to shake up. Like, I'm very interested on what players are going to be protected on certain teams. Who the Valkyries are going to choose from those teams, and then how the free agency is going to work. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait. And then it's going to be the same thing probably 2026 when it's time for the expansion draft for Toronto and Portland. It's going to be interesting. Like, I'm excited. Just like Q said, I'm kind of really excited just because more players get a chance to play. Like, that's 36 more opportunities for players that, like a Gabby Williams, who was playing overseas, who was previously playing with Seattle, but, came back. Now she's back with Seattle, but, we don't have to worry about losing those players now. Now the W has to come correct, because A lot of those players didn't come back to the W because they get paid more going overseas. So I'm glad they're expanding, but let's expand these paychecks as well. Let's look at that as well. We got these TV deals. You got these owners that are putting all this money into these teams, or into these expansions. But can we talk about the money? Can we talk about what we're putting in these ladies' pockets? Because they're 36 people, yes, great, coming to the W, but if they're losing out on money, especially if they're having the prioritization clause that they have in there, meaning they have to be back from playing overseas at a certain time, or else they forfeit, their time in the W. People are going to choose, well, my season's not over for another, week or two. So peace out to the W. I'm going over here where I get money. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that as well. MJ says, you're so violent with your wordplay today, Jay. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got a stab from. MJ says, more jobs in the W means more draft picks get to stay in the W. Yep. SC Bread says, you don't know that she was the first female to be drafted for NBA New Orleans Jazz. I didn't know that. No, I didn't. Thank you for letting me know that. MJ Lover says, Unrivaled may be a feeder league in itself too. Yeah, I can see that. I was saying that eventually I feel like Unrivaled may end up being like a developmental league that leads the players into the W, because they can stay here, they can make money. By that time, I think Unrivaled is going to be successful. I think they're going to make some money. We'll see how this first year goes. I mean, this is the very first year. They probably have a lot of things they need to work out after this year, probably a lot of things to test out. They're going to try this year. And I think over a couple of years, they'll get things tweaked. But I think if this Unrivaled league becomes successful, I think it may end up being like a rail or train or a road to the W, a pathway to the W for players that might not have seen a path before, but also allow them to make money to where, they can choose if they want to go overseas. They don't have to. They have this league. They have AU. So I think that, and maybe AU and Unrivaled may do something together in order to kind of like lead a path to the W as well. Like the possibilities are there. So it'll be interesting to see that. MJ says a lot of good things happen for the W right now. I'm here for it. Russell says, do you know when the vote on the CBA will take place to stay or renew? I don't know when the vote is, but they're supposed to get a new CBA next year. I think it's 2025 is when the new one will take place or start negotiations or whatever next year. Hey, Summer is here. Hey, girl. Thanks for showing up. MJ Lover says, highest bidder, I get it. SC Bread says, are Portland coming into the W with the same name, Fire? I don't think we know that yet. Q says, AU still happening too, right? Yep, AU still happening. They just announced that they are playing in Nashville. Is it Nashville this season? They were in Dallas last season. They're going to be in Nashville this season. Unrivaled does overlap with AU. So it's been interesting to see some of the AU players now in Unrivaled. That's kind of interesting. Like Natasha Cloud played for AU. Who else was playing for AU last season? I can't remember. It was two players that I saw that was Unrivaled that were with previously with AU. So that's going to be interesting to see the overlap happen. RC, my wrench is here. I need to get another wrench. My wrenches have dwindled down. I only have RC here, and sometimes he's not here, but he's here tonight. RC says, yo, Jay, now fam, it's been a minute. I've been missing Miss J. I'm back. Thank you, RC. I've been missing you too. April says, not to mention Athletes Unlimited, right? MJ says, I'm curious about expansion. I'll have to research the different areas that have 500K populations and surrounding areas. Seem like the best place to start for future expansion. Yep. And just like you were saying, or somebody was saying, Is it better to have it in non-NBA cities or NBA cities? I think there are certain cities that, want, like, they would love to have a team, just like Vegas. Vegas didn't have, any sports team. I think Vegas, the Aces were the first ones, and then they got the Raiders. I think they're getting a baseball team too, I heard, that's going there. So, I mean, look how well Vegas has been doing. I mean, Vegas is also like a huge, like a not only, I mean, it's a tourist place, but they have, you can see a large like sports following with, the attendance for the Aces and attendance for the Raiders and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Or they have the hockey team. They have the hockey team there. I don't know if Aces were there before the Golden Knights or not. But it'd be cool for maybe a team or two to go to a non-NBA city. I'm sure there's, like I said, people like really, really wanting to support a professional team in some of those places. RC says, Jay, I ain't going to hold you. I was battling some extreme depression and just wanted to get back into my own darkness and disappear. I wasn't sure I wanted to do YouTube, but I'm back focused and going hard. Well, I'm happy you're back, RC. Everybody needs people need to take their time that they need. So I'm not mad at you. I'm happy that you got your time away and that you're back. Nothing wrong with that. Glad you're doing better. Q says China is throwing the bag right now. Right? I want to know how much Camilla's getting paid. And the only reason I want to know how much Camilla's getting paid because I have fallen in love with her story. I want the best for her. I want as much money as they can throw at her. I want her to have it. I want her to get all the endorsements. I want everything because this girl is playing not just for herself. She's not even doing this for herself. She's doing this for her family. And she's sacrificing so much already since 14. And then the fact that she has not had a break. She hasn't had a break. She played all senior season, went to the national championship, won the national championship, had a little time off, went to the draft, had like a week or two off, went to training camp, preseason, started the season. Yes, she was hurt. She had 6 games off, but played that whole time. They had that little Olympic break, came back. She's been playing, and yes, she's hurt now. She's not necessarily playing, but I'm saying like a real break. She hasn't had that yet. And now, if the timeline is correct, where we in September, October, next month, she's going to China. So she's not really getting breaks. So I just hope, I want the best for that girl. Or young lady. I really do. I think she deserves it. So I'm interested because I heard China be paying. They be paying the big bucks for these ladies. So I want her to at least have super high 6 figures. Super high. I want Camilla coming back with the bag and giving us the best wigs she's ever had. Like she is buying like the top of the line wigs. She got a car, her apartment. She's moved out of the team apartment. She got her own decked out apartment. Like I want the world for Camilla. I already know they're paying. They pay Liz Cambage like $1 million to play like 3 months or something like that. Crazy. MJ says throwing a big bag, throwing a big time bag. Can't refuse that money. Nate is in the house. What's up, Nate? Nate says, what up, J-Spot? RC says the Portland expansion team pick is it a franchise location? That is spicy and sexy enough with the appeal. I don't know nothing about Portland, so I can't answer that. Oakland's A's is in Vegas. Right. Okay. So they're there now. I don't know. I don't watch baseball. I just heard the last time I was in Vegas that they were getting a baseball team. MJ says that was me in the last part. I was thinking having the teams in NBA cities puts a lot of pressure on the teams to earn money necessary to sustain themselves without assistance. Oh, okay. Got you. April says Pittsburgh. MJ says I was happy about Portland and Seattle ABA teams just because I knew people that played or worked for those teams. RC says, why won't they bring the Houston Comets back? I said it right this time, Comets. It's like they duck that possibility every time. Like they have a rich, great, and amazing history with the WNBA dating back to its beginning. Yep. And I think some ownership there was saying they wanted to bring it back. I just don't know if anything has happened since then. MJ says must be careful about expanding into areas that are not accepting of professional women's sports too. Yeah, that part. They have to do their research. Summer says Miller's going to do great work in China. I hope her and Ken can play on the same team. I think I saw where Camilla was going and where Ken is going is not the same place, like the teams. But I don't know for sure yet. Honestly, I couldn't pronounce what they had put, what they tweeted out. Like I couldn't read, like I didn't understand what that team was, but it didn't look like the same team that they said that Kennedy was going to, or a league or something like that. RC says, MJ Lover, what areas off the top of your head do you know, bro, that might happen to be anti-women's basketball? MJ says, J Spot mentioned money, probably some mismanagement of funds because a 4-time championship team should still be in existence. Oh, he's talking about the comments. Hanging there, buddy. That's what SC Bread said. MJ says, I'm not sure about specific areas, but we are all quite sure about some places not accepting women's teams or pro women's sports teams. April says Smith from the Fever is rumored to be paid $1 million in China. Oh, China be throwing out money. So look, I ain't mad at it. Get that bag. Get that bag. If that's what keeps these women afloat, get that bag. Quita's in the house. Quita says Portland is going to be a super successful team. The NSWL team is doing great from what I can tell. That's soccer, right? Soccer league. I know a little bit about soccer, not a whole bunch. But hey, Quita, thanks for being here. Summer says Portland is a huge supporter of women's sports. RC says, J-Spot, I'm thinking of making my fandom teams a trifecta, considering rooting for Notre Dame or Utah, along with the other college team I've been rooting for 20 plus years in Iowa and UCLA. All right. The Great Benefactor says, WNBA in Boston, I can't wait. I hope so. They did great having that Connecticut game there sold out. That was pretty dope. MJ says Camilla is going to be treated like a queen, like Liz Cambridge is. Not sure if she will follow in the OnlyFans route. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Leave my Milla alone. Milla is going to be a famous live streamer when she is not playing basketball. She is great in that. She can make her money doing that. She don't have to go to OnlyFans. But I ain't hating on OnlyFans. That's how you make your money. Make your money. I am not. I do not judge. RC says, "Hey, Quita. Hey." Summer says, "Get out your feelings. Get a bag. It ain't my fault." I like that song. MJ Lover says Portland soccer team has won at least one title and has had a ton of good players on it. MJ says winning cures a lot. RC says, J Spot, I'm telling you right now, if we get eliminated, I'm rooting for the Lynx to chip it up. I ain't thinking about us getting eliminated right now. And if we do, I don't even know who I'm going to root for, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. MJ Lover says Liz makes up to $1 million. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, are you talking about for OnlyFans or for China? RC says, so J Spot, MJ Lover, if you see me on YouTube, streets cheering for the Lynx, mind your business. I will. All right. Let's get into the fits. We've been talking a while. Let's get into the fit. It's time for the fit check. So we got Jordan. Nope, that's not Jordan. That is, now I just slipped my mind. That is, don't tell me. Freaking A. Why am I thinking Jordan Horston? Because I was just looking at her picture. This is New York. Jalen Sherrod. I got there, y'all. Jalen Sherrod from New York Liberty. It's the hair. I just saw the hair, and I got my glasses on, and I still messed it up. I was thinking it was Jordan. Jalen Sherrod from New York Liberty. I like these shorts. Blue's my favorite color. So the God is dope. Baby blue hoodie with those baby blue shoes. I love. Obviously, it matches my hat. I have some God is dope gear as well. I just thought it was a nice look. I'll make it a little bit bigger for y'all. And then we have the unicorn herself, Satu Sabli, in it looks like just a wrap dress. I just thought she looked nice, so I put her in here. Um, hold on. We got some people still talking about some stuff. Hold on. Quita says, "Where did you get the news about Camilla in China? I haven't heard anything confirming that." They announced earlier this season, like mid-season, before the break, like well before the break, that she had signed with a China league. And if I can find the tweet, because I bookmarked the tweet that because they said they will be following her as she plays her games overseas, and reporting about it. I have that tweet. I'll send it to you on Twitter. RC says, "Dang, who's that good looking lady there on the right?" Y'all know I can't see that well. MJ says, "Good question. Seems like it is obvious assumption with the money being thrown around. Good question though." RC says, "Oh, that's Satu. It's time for me to become a fan." MJ says, "I'm calling all W security on you, RC." Right. RC is, you got to watch him. You got to watch him. MJ says they should be warned. Quita says, "Thank you." Yeah, when I'm done with the show, I'll pull it up and I'll tag you in the tweet. If they haven't deleted it, it should still be in there. Then we have I love Tiffany Hayes from Las Vegas Aces. I could never ever in a million years pull off anything like this, but it just works for her. Like that's a newspaper print on her shorts. Like last week we saw her with, I'm gonna take this banner down. Last week we saw her wearing a money print on her shorts. This time it's a newspaper print. By the way, y'all that's in here, go ahead and give me the likes, give me the thumbs up. If you like what you are watching so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I do this every week. If you want to talk women's basketball, have some good fun, hang out in the chat. This is what we do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, I'm on a quest to get to 1,000. It seems like it is far and few between, but I'm hanging in there. I know I'm going to get there one day. So go ahead and hit that button for me. And if you ever want to bless the platform, if you ever want to do that, I'm not monetized on YouTube right now. But if you want to drop a couple dollars, just say, "Hey, thanks. I had a good time, on the show, watching it. I enjoy your content." You can hit me up on Cash App. That's $JSpot Network. All right. Done with that. Let's get back to the show. Then, so Tip Hayes is in the G. Now I can't say it. Givenchy, even though the G is missing. So I don't even know if that's a new thing or the G is just black or something. But the hoodie with the huge overcoat, the bag, the freaking, I think those are those Prada? I've seen those boots before. I don't remember what they are because I'm not rich. That's out of my price range. But those rain boots, they're very expensive rain boots. It's just, it works. It works for me. I enjoy them, but they're very expensive. They're either Prada or they're not Gucci. I can't remember. Somebody will look them up and they will know what they are. Then we have AC, Alicia Clark, walking in with her pretty and purple or lavender. I love that little top knot. Whenever she wears that top knot, I know she means business. April says, "Are those rain boots?" They are rain boots, but they're probably about $2,000 to $3,000. So they are expensive. Quita says, "Y'all got to hit that subscribe. Let's get Jay to 1K. A sub really means a lot to creators and it costs you nothing." That part, y'all, that part. It is free to hit that subscribe button. It's free. We have a good time over here on the J Spot Network. I talk sports. I talk entertainment. I talk music. I've had some just interviews from like just people in the business, people that are entrepreneurs, people that are entertainers. I do a lot of stuff over here. So hopefully y'all like it. MJ Lover says 100, 100, 100. Summer says, "Support my girl, Jay." Thank you guys so much. Then we have this. I need to start calling her Queen. Because when does Skylar not look like you don't need to look her in the eye? I say that every single time. It's like if she enters the room, you're supposed to like look down or look the other way. You don't look her in the eye because she's too regal, right? Anything that she wears is just it's like it's made for her. I don't even know what this beige outfit is, but it's like it's Skylar. It's just that's what Skylar will wear. Like it's dope. Like she can pull this off. I don't know what material it is. I don't know if it's wool. I don't know if it's burlap. I don't know what it is, but it looks good on her. And then she switches it up and she's in this whole leather outfit. Is it Puma? Wait a minute. Is the outfit Puma? Girl, I think the outfit is Puma. Now, come on. Who has a leather Puma outfit? Do y'all see that? The halter is Puma. The pants are Puma. The jacket is Puma. This girl got a whole Puma leather fit. Shut up, Skylar. Is that Puma or is that like another rich symbol that I don't know that I've never seen? Like, tell me now. I don't know. It may not be Puma. If it's not Puma, y'all laughing at me. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't rich, so I don't understand what those labels are. But it looks like that looks like the Puma icon to me. Summer says yes, the beige outfit. Kyra says fire, fire, fire. RC says I don't recognize these players out of uniform. Help me, Lord. I didn't recognize nobody but AC. I'm giving you the names. Summer says, oh, I didn't realize it was Puma. Wow. I'm thinking it is because that's what the symbol is, but then I'm looking at her shoes and those look like they're like sneakers. Or maybe they're boots. I don't know. But yes, Skylar, come on. Skylar says, listen, get you one that can do both. Then we have the Madam President, Nneka Agumake, walking in with, I don't know what this is. I'm not even going to try to act like I know what brand it is. I don't know. But it's a cardigan. It's a cute little kind of tennis skirt, a button-down shirt, and some ankle socks with some white shoes. She's styling and profiling over here, Nneka. And then we have my fave with her new cast on her wrist. This is, of course, Angel Reese. This is them in Atlanta. I don't know what this outfit is. I didn't see her get ready with me video to tell me what it is. I'm sure it's something rich. Again, not something that I know a lot about. Sometimes she says she doesn't wear labels, but I don't believe her. I think most of the stuff she wears are labels, and that's fine because she can afford that. For me, no. Summer says that is Puma. Great benefactor has the cool glasses and the peace sign. Summer says it's giving Gucci. Summer says that's her friend's clothing brand. Okay, it's a clothing line. Okay. I did see somebody tweet out she's wearing my clothes or wearing my whatever. So again, I thought that was just somebody rich, a rich designer. So what do I know? RC says, okay, I knew Angel. You didn't know Nneka? Nneka looks recognizable. So I'm not sure what the name of that line is, but that's what Angel is wearing. Shout out to her because I'm sure that is helping put her friend on the map. Then we have Mick, my girl Mick from Chicago Sky. I just picked Mick because I like Mick. I wanted to show on here some more. So I picked this. I don't remember. I don't think I could see what she was wearing any other time. But that's the one I found. So that is Mick Oyenrede. I think I said it right. From Chicago Sky. And then look at Nico Mule, y'all. Look at this pantsuit. Look at this. Hold on. How did I change? I was trying to make it bigger for myself. This suit is pretty fire, y'all. And the metallic silver pumps. Nika comes to play every time. I know I wasn't really seeing it for her in the beginning of the season when GQ named her one of the most stylish WNBA players. I wasn't really feeling that. at first, because you had Cam, you had Rakia, you had Angel doing their thing, and I really wasn't seeing Nika out there like that. But this right here, this right here is fire. Like the design on the suit, what's on the pants leg, the wide leg pants, the silver shoes, and the fact that she ain't looking at the camera. You know, when you look off from the camera, you mean business. You're a model. You're a model. MJ says one of my new favorite players, Michaela. Yeah, Michaela's like that. She's like that, and she's shown up big for us in Chicago. Well, I keep saying us, big for Chicago. MJ Lover says Nika's going to be all right no matter what. Yeah, Nika's that girl. I had to give it up. That outfit is fire to me. Then we have the prettiest. I don't say the prettiest. I didn't mean it like that, but she's pretty. Like whatever Rakia wears is amazing. I'm so sorry. And she has dimples. That's a win-win combination for me. This one outfit, what is that? A brown kind of leather. It almost melts into her skin tone. Like, and then the skirt, the jean skirt with like the brown trim to match the jacket. She has these, I want to say I remember what kind of boots they were, but now I don't. But they're also expensive boots. I've seen them before. Don't remember where I've seen them before, but they're very expensive boots. But most of these women are wearing very expensive things. They get styled from a stylist. And so they get to pick and wear those things. So that's just a cute outfit. I love that like 60-inch middle part bust down she got. That's just cascading down to almost the bottom of her skirt. That's a dope picture. It just is. I just like it. Then her on the other side, it looks like she's wearing all black. Again, I love the cargo look. I love the boots. I love the jacket. Like she is another one. I think someone was just saying in the comments, she loves her mini skirt. She loves her midriff too. Like her and Jackie are going band for band when you're talking about midriffs. Cause I mean, why not? If you look like that, why wouldn't you? I mean, maybe I would if I looked like that. I don't know. April says she loves herself some minis. MJ says, and Rakia can fight. Rakia can't fight. Rakia's from that 313. I don't know if y'all knew that, but Rakia's from the Detroit. It's so cold in the D. Y'all know what that. Sing along. How can we ever be free? If y'all don't know what that is, look it up on the internet. RC says, Jay, I know nothing except I'm trying my best to guess. See, just like a broke clock, I'm right twice a day. I got Angel AC, and I sort of thought that was Nika. Okay. MJ says, Rakia from the Detroit area, the anti-VG repellent. She's from the Detroit area. She's from my home state. I ain't from Detroit. I'm from the other side of the state. I'm closer to Chicago. So all my Detroit friends would kind of be mad at me because if I was going to rep any big city, it was going to be Chicago because we were closer to Chicago, right across Lake Michigan versus 3.5 hours to get to Detroit. But yeah, I got a rep from my Michigander, my fellow Michigander there. April says she loves herself some minis. I think I said that already. RC says it's clear I don't watch these people enough to know when they are off court. Shame on me. I got to do better. Honestly, before I started doing this, I wasn't really recognizing them either. And this is what kind of got me into it because I'm like, these ladies, I love that they can express themselves in this way. And they don't always, we always see them playing hard on the court and, in their jerseys and sweaty and all that other stuff, which is great. But to get to see their personalities and their styles outside of basketball, I think that's dope. I think it's like when you work with people and y'all have to dress a certain way to be at work, it's like kind of shocking to you to see them in regular street clothes. You almost don't recognize who they are, but it's kind of cool to see them. That's how I kind of look at this. MJ says, and she is taken according to her live from last night. Somebody tweeted that out like last week They said that they were like listing all these things that happened that were bad. They said like Angel broke her wrist. Something else happened to somebody's back. This thing happened. Their team lost, and then they said, and Rakia got a man. Like they put that on their list. Like that was a horrible, horrible thing. So shout out to Rakia. Okay. And Kyra says the queen of J spot fit check, Miss Rakia, Miss Jackson. Right. Because Rakia's been taking over the past few weeks and it's been deserved. Like I love me some Rakia Jackson. She's dating someone from Tennessee. Football? Really? Okay. I want to see who this is. See who this guy is. Moving on. There goes my girl, Camilla Cardoso loves her some Jordan 4s. I think that's her favorite shoe. I feel like she has them in every color, every style. That's one of her favorite shoes. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same shoe, right? It's just one in gray and one in the white and gray. The first picture is Camilla wearing a soccer jersey, which I didn't know that's what that was. Someone told me that. That is the U.S. soccer jersey. If y'all follow her on social media or Dawn Staley, they had a bet between who would win the gold medal game between Brazil and U.S. in the Olympics, and whoever lost would have to wear the opposing team's jersey. So if Brazil won, Dawn Staley would have to wear a Brazilian jersey, and if U.S. won, then Camilla would have to wear a U.S. Did I say that right? Dawn would have to wear a Brazilian jersey, and Camilla would have to wear a U.S. jersey, and she did. So that's what that is there, with her black bubble skirt and her scrunchy socks. And then this is the other day, just a gray, she's grayed out, gray little like kind of mid what do you call those? Halter tops, little belly shirt, giving a little belly there. Gray skirt to match. And then, like I said, I believe those are Jordans as well that she wears. She says she's a Nike athlete, so that's what she wears. Summer says, Milla. She's wearing 3s and 4s. Okay. 3s and 4s. Okay. I couldn't tell exactly which one. Someone correct, but the US fit, it looked like she's wearing 3s. Is the U.S. soccer jersey, is she wearing 3s or 4s? If anybody is up on Jordans. You know what? You're right. She showed those. You're right. They're not 4s. They are 3s. She showed them on her she's starting to do get ready with me videos, which are really cute. Because she puts her bloopers in there too. But you're right. They're not 4s, they're 3s. You are correct, Summer. Thank you for correcting me. Then here is Jordan Hurston from Seattle. And these were submissions, and this is just a cool look. Those, I don't know if those are Rick Owens, I believe. Rick Owens that look like Converse, or they could be Converse. I don't know, again, out of my price range. But just the contrast of colors. But it's like the shirt has this like day glow neon type of thing with these like hunting pattern shorts. I only know this because my dad used to be a hunter. He hunted stuff. And he had the whole like full suit that he looked like a big tree in grass and stuff. So he had to wear that so he can camouflage himself in the woods when he's like hunting. I think he was hunting deer or something like that. And then, but the hat looks like it's a mix of both. So it brings the whole outfit together. So I think that's pretty dope. And then this other one, kind of like an old school look. She has on like the newspaper boy hat. It looks like corduroy or some kind of something, that vest. And then the pants, it just looks like an old school outfit. People can pull out, like certain people can pull off anything. And I enjoy the diversity in a lot of these outfits. I enjoy that people can pull off certain things. And people can look dope in certain things. They don't have to always be like the quote unquote sexy or whatever. Like they can just put on whatever they want to put on and it's a dope look. So I think those were cute outfits there. Then we have Kalia Davis in just a shirt. I just put her in here. She was submitted, but also like we never really got to see her. She's new to the team. So I put her in there, Kalia Davis, who's with the Chicago Sky. And then Dana Evans on the other side. Dana's always going to have some dunks or some Jordan 1s on. She has Michael Jackson on her shirt, on her hoodie. So I had to put her in there, like MJ. And it's crazy because I think a few games ago she was wearing Michael Jordan, who's also MJ, and now she's rocking Michael Jackson, which I think is dope. I like those pants too. Those pants are dope. I might have to zoom in on those pants. Those are dope. I would rock those for real. Cute. Very cute. Not corduroy. It looks like corduroy to me. It don't look like regular. That don't look like regular material. That looks like a corduroy sweater, a sweater vest. April says they are both from Gary. Well, yeah. Oh, she's from Gary, Indiana. Michael Jackson's from Gary, Indiana. Yes, yes. I didn't get that connection, but now I get it. But I just thought it was just dope that she had Michael on her jacket. I thought it was dope. Then, I mean, what can you say? This Dejanay character. So before I get into the one picture, the picture over here, the first picture, Dejanay, I think this is one full fit, one full dress, black, got some black boots. She got her coffee in her hand. She has coffee in her hand a lot. Looks like she just is walking in from getting her coffee. But when does Dejanay not look? When do her outfits look bad? Ever. Even when she's not wearing much, even when she is literally half dressed, walking to the game, got the oversized button down shirt off, the bra showing, the mini skirt, the knee high boots, the bag, I think is a Louis, and her coffee in her hand, and body is amazing. Is like, when you look like that, you can just wear whatever. Honestly, you can just wear whatever. I need DC to Chicago. What's that mean? Who had the Fat Albert show fit on? Not you call it a Fat Albert show. Kyra. You're talking about Jordan Hurston looking like one of the Cosby kids. Wait a minute. Okay. You did not call her one of the Cosby kids. Oh, I had to hold that one in. Oh, man. I'm crying a little bit. Not calling her the Cosby kid. You called her Rudy from Fat Albert? You said she's Rudy from Fat Albert. Oh, my God. I should pull up a picture of Rudy. But I'm not going to do that. We're here for the fit check. Back to Dejanay. Talking about I like it. It's cool. Okay. Dejanay, again, can wear anything. And literally when I saw this, it reminds me of, this is probably way like past y'all's, like y'all probably never heard of this movie. But it was this movie called Mannequin. It was a movie from the 80s. And it was about the mannequins that would come to life. Well, one mannequin came to life. And it was this guy that was working in this department store, and it was his job to dress the mannequins. For whatever reason, he fell asleep. He was late. And so the real live mannequin was like, hey, you should do this. Like, have them half dressed. And it was like one of those, like if you guys have been in New York, like a lot of the storefronts, like the Macy's or the whatever expensive stores, they have like these huge displays where their clothes are and the mannequins look all cool and stuff like that. And he was working at one of those places. Anyway, when he made his window with the mannequins, all of them were running late from work for work, and all of them were half dressed like that. That reminds me of this movie Mannequin, because it showed like somebody, a lady just in her bra, or mannequin just in her bra, or a guy that's just in his boxers and just with a tie on, and like half his shirt is off, or he didn't get to button his jacket, or the lady didn't get to button her shirt like Dejanay. That's what that reminds me of. I know that was a hard left, but that's where I got that from. I remember Mannequin. It started Andrew McCarthy. I liked him as an actor. I saw it, enjoyed it. That comedy movie. Yeah, the movies back in the '80s were wild, wild and crazy times. Look up Howard the Duck if y'all ever get bored. It was very Brother from Another Planet. That one was a little crazy. Midnight Madness. I can go on and on. They were weird. Weird Science. That was another weird one. Anyway, moving on. Last but not least, we have these three beautiful ladies. We have Gabby Williams. I It's just cute. I think it's some leather shorts, a halter top, a little wraparound, little midriff type of shirt thingy. I don't know what you call those. I love the green jacket. I think it's dope. The boots are fire. I love those boots. Another thing where they just get put together and they look good in whatever they want. Um, Izzy, Izzy is there. This was pretty. Like I don't know what it looks like in the back. I don't know if it's connected or it's just like like a little sash that goes around the top of the jeans. But she's wearing this suit jacket that's cut. The piece of that jacket is now sashed around her waist. She's wearing blue jean shorts that go down to her knees. And then she has knee-high boots that meet the shorts. Body, again, amazing. I don't know. It's just different enough where I like it. I do. I think it's dope. And then you have um oh my God. Why am I forgetting people's names? She plays for Connecticut. Uh she's a center. She's the 5. Somebody help me out. How did I just forget her name that quick? Jeez. She didn't play last year because she was hurt. She came back this year with a vengeance. Nobody ain't get Brianna Jones. I knew it was going to come to me. Brianna Jones. And she has that deep dimple. Love it. I love the shirt. I love this little button up striped shirt, the tennis skirt, the legs, the shoes, the little strappy shoes, the glasses to match, to bring everything together. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. Brianna Jones, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. I love the outfit. So let's see. Somebody didn't like one of these outfits. RC says it also helps. I'm a movie buff. I've seen a lot of shit, ton of movies in my life. April says Kim Cattrall was the mannequin. Yep, she was. So y'all seen it. Okay. Some of y'all have seen it. Just Kyra says Nina Chanel jacket. Which one? What are we talking about? Gabby's jacket? Summer says, I need the green jacket. April says, Izzy, no. You don't like Izzy's fit? Kyra says, fire, fire, fire. Y'all are telling me it's Brianna Jones. Kyra says, star? Are you calling somebody a star? But that's it. So, who is your fit of the week? Who do y'all think is the fit of the week? I'll go through them real quick again. We got Jalen Sherrod. We got Satu Sabali. We got Tip Hayes. We got AC, Alicia Clark. We got SDS, looking regal. We got NECA, Angel, Mick, Nika, Rakia, who's always looking good. We got Camilla. We got Jordan, who Kyra says is dressed like Rudy from Fat Albert. We have Kaylin Davis, Dana, the wonderful Dejanay Carrington, And then we have the triple threat, Brianna Jones, Izzy Harrison, and Gabby Williams. And y'all in the chat are saying Nika. So far, I got 2 votes for Nika. Who do y'all think? I know it's a delay, but I'm not going to wait very long. We about to. Summer says Skylar. RC says, give me my Nika fit of the week champ. So let's see. Who did I choose? Nika. Nika got the fit of the week this week. Y'all give it up for Nika. That's right. I gave it to Nika. I just think that suit is fire. It's the attitude in which she's walking. It is the shoes that match that perfectly. It is just the suit itself is dope, and she pulled it off. I enjoy it. I thought it was a dope outfit. So Nika Mule is the fit of the week. And April says, clap, 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 clap. All right. Our final part of the show is going to be short because my rookies, the rookies have fallen. The rookies have fallen, man. Let's get into the rookie watch. All right. Who's first up? First up, we have my girl, Camilla Cardoso, and I'm going to pull up her game. She only played she played in 3 games, but 1 game she should not have played in to begin with. It brought her average down because she was averaging a good amount, but that last game, she only played 9 minutes. She only scored 2 points. It brought her average down, but we'll still get into it. So she played 3 games. First game, she scored 13 points, 8 rebounds. 3 of those were defensive. She was 44.4% from the field. She was 83.3 from the free throw line. I'm not even going to mention her plus minus because it was horrible. My girl always get caught out there with horrible plus minuses, and it's not necessarily anything that she's doing because of that, but she gets out there with a rotation that just isn't doing it, so it is what it is. Her next game, she scored 16 points, 10 rebounds, got her double-double. 5 of those were defensive. She was 46.2 from the field. She was 66.7 from free throw, and she had a plus minus of a minus 13. And then the dreadful game, she hurt herself that game. She got 16 points. Then she tried to go and play against Phoenix. That last game, she only scored 2 points, but she did have 3 rebounds, and 3 of those were all defensive. So 3 defensive. She was 100% from the field. She didn't have any free throws that game because she only played 9 minutes, and she was a +4. So her average is what you see on the screen. She averaged 10.3 points, 7 rebounds, 3.7 defensive rebounds. She was 75% from free throw, 63.5 from field goal percentage, and she was a -14 because of that horrible -33. But I just want to say, that Camilla, and I'll probably go more into detail in next week, or maybe when I do my final roundup of the W season. But her, Rakia, is Cece on here? Possibly Cece. Her for sure. I think she is the rookie that's had the biggest improvement over when she first started. She went from, and I'm just going to take these points off real quick so we can get the real deal, because I don't want to count that game. But in June, she was scoring 8.4 points. July, she was scoring 7.6 points. August, she was averaging 11.3 points. September, she was averaging 14.5 points. Rebounds, she was 7.5 in June. July, 8.1. August 8.9, September 8.2. Field goal percentage, June 42.9, July 49.1, August 61.1, September 63.5. Like the girl has made such a huge jump from when she first started. And we know that she struggled with playing through injury and being afraid to injure herself again, getting her confidence back up. Also trying to figure out how she's going to fit into the team because we know, love Chicago to death. They're not good at passing into the post. They're still learning how to do that, and they don't necessarily know how to pass to her specifically. So that's been a struggle, but my girl has been doing great things. Her season, her pre All-Star, like I said, she's 8.1. Since the All-Star or Olympic break, she's averaging 12.8 points. So she went from averaging 8.1 points before the break to averaging 12.8 points. So I have to give it up for Camilla. She's been doing great. Her numbers don't always show it, but she is like, her defense is crazy. You want to talk about people affecting a team's, like what they're going to do on the offensive side. Camilla is like, changes all that. If she's on the floor, they can't just go to the basket the way they want to go. Like, unless you're BG. That's really the only team that's been able to like just fully dominate in the paint against when Camilla's there. But she's going to learn and she's going to get better and figure out how to battle that. But you know, she's blocking. She's stolen some balls. Pause. She changes people's scheme when they're trying to do anything. She can come out from the paint. She can guard. She's quick. You know what I'm saying? She can be on one end of the floor, and before you blink, she's on the other end of the floor. Like, she's amazing. So shout out to Camilla. She's been doing some great things. Let's see. Feel for you, Jay, but for me, I don't know what he's talking about. Jamie says, love me some Miller. SC says, you can see Letitia Ama here. Picks. You see any? I didn't see any. No one sent me any. I didn't see any of them. Kyra says, oh no. Good night, Jay. And all, I officially have a preschooler and have to wake up early every day. Wish me luck. I hate mornings. Oh, good luck. What time is it? I'm going to have to go to bed myself because I have to be up super early tomorrow. But good luck with your preschooler. Get some sleep. I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Thank you for joining me as always, Kyra. Appreciate you. All right, so that's Camilla. Then we have Miss Rakia Jackson. Look at those numbers. So Rakia, let me get to Rakia. Rakia, I believe, also played 3 games last week. And Rakia is another person who has like just steadily increased every month. Not as big jumps as Camilla, but a steady climb she's been dope. So her first game, she had 16 points, didn't have any rebounds. She was 50% from 3, 63.6 from field goal, from the field, and 50% from free throw. She was a -14. The next game, she had 22 points, 7 rebounds, 50% from 3, 63.6 from the field, 50% free throw, a -14. -6, I'm sorry. Let me say that again. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 50% from 3, 53.3% from the field, and 100% free throw. She was a -6. The last game she played, this is not Tuesday's game. We're talking this ended. This is the games prior. We're not talking about Tuesday's games here. The last game she played, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 40% from 3, 43.8% from the field, and 85.7 from free throw. Again, this is somebody steadily climbing. In May, she averaged 10 points, 10.1. In June, she averaged 10 points. July, she averaged 15.4 points. In August, she averaged 16.6 points. In September, she averaged 16.9 points. A steady climb. Before the break, she was averaging 11.5 points. After the break, she's averaging 16.7 points. Another, great improvement since she's been in the league. So the numbers that I read for last week, This is what you see on the screen. She averaged 20 points, 3.3 rebounds, 46.7 3-point percentage, 78.6 free throw. Field goal percentage is 53.6. She was a plus minus of a 7.3, a minus 7.3. So that is Rakia. And then finally we have Caitlinclark. So Caitlin, I must have missed the number because it's just a dot there. But Caitlin played 3 games as well. First game, she had 16 points, 3 assists. She was 10% from 3, 27.3% from the field, 100% from free throw. She was a minus 8. Didn't have her best percentage there with the threes or the field goal percentage. The next game, she had 18 points, 9 assists. She was 25% from 3, 38.9% from field, 50% from free throw. She was an even 0 for a plus minus. And then her last game that she played last week before Tuesday was 35 points, 8 assists, 42.9 3-point percentage, 45.5 field goal percentage, and she was 100% from the field. She had a plus minus of 1. I believe the 35 points put her at the most points for a rookie, like total points for a rookie. I don't know if 35 was the most points a rookie has ever made in a season. I didn't check that out, but I do know her total points, which is 761, puts her at the most points ever for a rookie. And again, she's also had a steady kind of climb. She went from May averaging 17.6 points. June, she fell down a little bit to 15. July, she went back up to 19.6. August was 24 points even. And September right now, she's at 24.6. So those averages, also pre-break, she was 17.1. Post-break, 24.3. So her games that she plays averages, again, what you see here. What is it? Oh, it's even. 23 points even average. Her assists, 6.7. She's kind of gone down a little bit on her assists. 3-point percentage was a 26. Free throw percentage was a 83.3. Field goal percentage was a 37.2. And her plus minus was a minus 2.3. Now, that is all the rookies that I have because Angel didn't play. Aaliyah is out with an injury, which is crazy. JC, Peely, Nika, Jalen. Who am I missing? Obviously, Cam. Little to no points. Cam is out. Little to no points, really. I mean, I think JC averaged about 4 points last week. I don't know if Jalen played. Peely didn't really play. So of the people, I have the people who have been constantly playing and who's been like logging in, a lot of points and other stats and things like that. So we are down. We started with a lot. We started with a lot of rookies, and we're down to 3 that's still playing. And at this point, Camilla, I don't think Camilla should play tomorrow. Camilla didn't play yesterday. She only played 9 minutes in the game prior to that. So Camilla may not be on here next week for, because she won't have any stats. So it's going to be Rakia and Caitlin, which is crazy. These ladies are playing their hearts out. Keisha says, "Hey Keisha, why is Flage all up in Caitlin's rear?" I don't know. What's she been saying? I haven't seen that. Summer says, "My pops is watching the live with me. He's enjoying your breakdown of the stats." Oh, hey pops, what's going on? I enjoy your commentary too. Sometimes when I hear you in the background when me and Summer are going ham watching the games. Thank you for watching me. RC says, "I don't even have to brag much anymore. To be honest, Clark game just cooks by itself." She does her thing. Indiana is a great team. They figured it out, and they make each other look good. They really do. They have figured it out. Now I don't know if that team's going to stay together. come next season. We don't know. Free agencies out there. Not really sure what that's going to look like. If we can get Kelsey Mitchell to Chicago, that might be a thing. We shall see. We shall see. But that's it for my rookie. So we're going to see out of those three, who is the rookie of the week? Who is the rookie of the week? Let me know in the chat who you think the rookie of the week is. RC says, I want the Sky to beat the Sun so that the Aces can get the 3rd seed. Okay. Summer says 32 women roster. I know we want everybody in Chicago. Everybody. Look, if Chicago can beat the Sun, that'll be awesome because that's another team we haven't beat this season. It would be great if they can beat them, but we shall see. We shall see. If that puts the Aces at 3rd, who did I say they were going to play? Does that make them, that has them playing Indiana, right? Am I right about that? I think so. So you want to see the Aces play against Indiana? I figured you wouldn't want to see that. Who would you root for? Sometimes you be riding the wave and trying to balance on that board. Which one? Who you going to root for? Keisha says, like always, talking about Caitlin, she don't talk when she was at LSU. Oh, girl, I don't know. She might be drinking the Kool-Aid at this point. Who knows? I'm not really sure. Whatever. I am, however, looking forward to the college season. I really want to see what LSU is going to bring, what South Carolina. I know this had nothing to do with that, but it made me think about college. LSU, my Notre Dame, my South Carolina. I might be interested in seeing more UConn games. And then whatever games I can catch. Like I can't watch all of them. I can't follow all of them. It's too many. I'm not that great. That's what Quita Love Sports is for. And that's what RC is for. If you're not following him or subscribe to him, check him out. But they cover much more NCAA than I can, the women's side, just because I can't watch all those games. I just don't have the time. USC as well. Summer just said that USC, if I can catch some of those, like for some reason, I could not watch. I have the ACC network and the SEC network, so I can watch those teams. And then whenever they played other teams, but it was very hard for me to catch a USC game. Like they didn't show them at all. I think I saw 2. I never really got to see UConn play. So, and then if I tried to I have ESPN Plus, so some of those games will be on there, but not many. So I can't catch them all. I watch my SEC girls. Summer says Rakia for Rookie of the Week. Who else for Rookie of the Week? Is that the only vote? RC says J Spot, but she still needs to cut them turnovers down for real. Yeah, I've not talked about her turnovers. I try to be as positive, be on the positive side as I can be. But her turnovers are atrocious, especially for the year. But I think the past few games, haven't they been better? I don't really watch her like that, so I don't know. But I know one, I think she only had 2 turnovers for the game. So if she can keep that in check, she'll be all right. But this year has been, if you were talking about leading the league and owning a record, she has that record as well. So she has the points for a rookie. She has the assists, most assists in a season, I believe, and assists per game average for the year. But that turnover rate is right up there too. So hopefully she can fix that. April says that's not going to happen. Mitchell will most likely be cored. We shall see. I mean, Mitchell is a free agent, so it's her decision if she wants to stay with Indiana or not. I don't think they can just core her. They don't have the exclusive rights to her. I don't know. Jamie says, I do want the Fever to go home. Summer says USC. Zah said, just got back home from work. I've been in live the whole time, but dozed off. I have been woke since 8 a.m. yesterday. Girl, go to sleep. Why are you awake? J Spot. Not you say I'm trying to balance the beam. You are. You know what you do. All right. Before I get into any more of these comments, let's pick my rookie of the week. So where's my drum roll? Kyra, she already left. I didn't do her yerp. My rookie of the week is Rickea Jackson. Shout out to Rickea Jackson, who is my rookie of the week. Solid games, 22 points, 2 games. I believe I said 16 points or something, another game. She has really been like trying to hold her team down. Like she's really been like, even she still will get benched, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't know what's going on there in LA, but there are times where like she is really taking over games and really putting her mark out there and putting her stamp out there. And it's just a shame that she hasn't really gotten the spotlight for most of the year, like the Angels and the Caitlins and stuff like that. But she's been quietly doing her thing over there in LA. She is showing that like she's a valuable member over there. And when Cam comes back and she gets healthy and them two get together, I am so interested to see. I don't know what other duos are going to be made once we get some other rookies in here next season. But the matchup between Cam and Rickea and Angel and Camilla, I think it's going to be good. I think it's really going to be good because hopefully by next season, these teams will have built up, pieces around them that can help them be solid teams, and they won't see a repeat of the seasons that they had. And to be honest, Chicago didn't have that horrible of a season in the beginning, but later on they kind of dropped off. But I'm very excited to see what they're going to do next season with those 4. I think it's going to be good because Camilla's leading the rookies in blocks. Cam was leading the rookies in blocks before she left and leading the league. That's going to be something to watch. And then just Rickea plays the 3 and the 4 for her team. So it'd be interesting to see how she does. I mean, of course, Angel wants to be much more of a stretch 4, and she can play the 3 if she wanted. So it's going to be interesting to see them in their sophomore years with some different pieces maybe on their team, and see how their teams operate with them kind of competing against each other. I think that'd be real cool. RC says J Spot, not you. Oh, I already said that. Keisha said, did y'all see Reese cereal? Yes. I put that on my community page. Don't know when the cereal is coming out, but Reese's Puffs is a cereal. They collaborated with Angel, so now it's called Angel Reese's Puffs, which is pretty cool. I will be buying a box or 2 as soon as they become available. Whenever they become available, I've been watching Amazon and then just the local grocery stores. We'll see who ends up carrying those. RC says Big Foe coming to the league. I can't wait to see Big Foe in the league. I keep saying watch what happens. What happens next? You can be core, but other teams can still pursue you. Not sure what the window is. Okay, thank you. RC says, Jay, what are you trying to say? Zah says, haven't seen them in stores yet. Have you? Must be talking about the cereal. Oh, your phone is being crazy. Zah says Jordan was cored by Sparks. Kelsey going to Golden State. You think Kelsey going to the Valks? I want Kelsey in Chicago. If we can't get Kelsey, give us Dejanay. I'm on Summer. Summer has convinced me that we need to take Dejanay to the sky. And I'm down with that. I'm not mad at that at all. RC says my other phone just posting random. Oh, okay. Keisha says Flage says she wanted to go to the Sparks. I could see her wanting to be in LA. Well, she's not going into the draft until next year. I mean, year after next. So, I mean, we'll see where she ends up. Q says that might also be Paige versus Olivia Miles. Yep. That too. I'm looking forward to all of it. Like I'm so excited to watch this college season, just to, refresh my memory on some of these players, and then just see who whose draft stock is rising and falling and kind of where we think they're going to end up. It's going to be an amazing, amazing season to watch. And then when the season's over, it's time for the draft, and then it's time for W again. So, I mean, women's basketball literally is a year long thing, and it's dope. It's really dope. So I'm so happy I got back into watching the W, full time, and then I got into college last year. So it's almost about to be a full year, y'all, that I've been doing this. I didn't even think about it. I started doing this show during the finals of the WNBA. And then I went into college women's basketball. And then I did this whole season. And it's about to be one full year of me doing weekly lives. And look where I am. I'm almost close to 1,000 subscribers when I started with, I had, I think 13 when I started doing this. So pretty dope for me, being that I don't make a lot of content. I just get on here and talk and y'all hang out with me. So I think that's pretty dope. So thank y'all for that. Summer says I need the Sports Illustrated mag. Yeah, Angel, I should have put that on there, but I was not really adding a lot of stuff from this week onto this show. But yes, it dropped that Angel Reese is on the cover of Sports Illustrated as one of the top 50 most influential sports figures. Let me see if I can find it. Because Angel posted it right here. If I can find it, I'll share it with you. It's a real cute cover. Let me see before I get out of here where is it at? There we go. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with y'all so y'all can see it. All right. I don't know. Can y'all see that? That's the cover right there. Angel on the cover of the Power List, the 50 most influential figures in sport. Why the WNBA's golden age is just beginning. And Angel Reese is there in her clothing line, her collab with Reebok. Like, come on, Angel. Angel got a cereal box. Angel got a collab with Reebok. Angel got a collab with Reese's. Angel is on the cover of this magazine. Angel has her own podcast that drops every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. Like, she's doing big things. The bag don't stop for her. The grind don't stop for her. The success won't stop for her because of the things that she's doing. So shout out to Angel for that. That's my girl. That's my girl. Summer says Dejanay. Yes. Summer says my top 3 point guards. What happened? Summer just sent me something. I don't know what I just showed on my what is it? Oh. All right. My top 3 point guard prospects for the Sky: Georgia Amore, Raven Johnson, and Olivia Miles. If we can get Raven Johnson, I'm not going to stop screaming this from the top of my lungs. If we can get Raven Johnson, all we need is a couple of more vets on our team, and let's work on this. Let's get it, because now you have somebody, like I keep saying, who knows how to pass to the bigs, who knows specifically how to pass to Camilla, who knows specifically how to pass to Angel, because she's played with both of them before, who has a good relationship with both of them, who is very bright, very smart, has a large basketball IQ, somebody who is coachable, someone who learns, someone who comes from a winning program like South Carolina, someone who studies the game. Because if y'all know the story of what she said she went through and what she did to be able to go into that national championship and guard CC the way that she guarded her and do something that nobody really was able to do besides who was that before that kind of locked up CC? Was it somebody on UConn? It wasn't Aaliyah Edwards. Who was it? I can't think of who it is now. But whoever it was, they did a okay job, but Raven killed it. Raven locked her up, seatbelt on like Dejanay does. She put the seatbelt on her and went to work. That's somebody that I think will be great for Chicago as they're rebuilding this team. So if we can get Raven Johnson, I'm all for that. So we'll see. I don't know if Raven's coming out or not. Zah says Dejanay is not coming to any team unless her adopted parents come with her, DB and AT. We'll see. We'll see. I think Dejanay is staying in Connecticut as well. But if we can get Dejanay, why not? Right? Summer says, woohoo. All right, y'all. Secretary of Defense. It was Nika. It was Nika Mule. You're right. It was Nika. Now it's coming back to me. Yes. It was definitely Nika. She started it and Raven finished it. That's just what happened. Secretary of Defense. All right, y'all. That is gonna do it for me. If y'all want, catch me on She Shoots, She Scores. We usually go live Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays on Moreau Sports YouTube channel. And usually it's around 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time. If not, you can catch the replays on the YouTube channel. I'm always here, normally on Tuesdays. I thank y'all for showing up on Wednesday. And I'm not normally here on Wednesday, but I appreciate y'all for showing up, being here with me today. Just couldn't make Tuesday. Playoffs are starting. We got one more game to go. Let's see how things shake up. I might do some pop-up lives here and there in between now and Tuesday, maybe not. But I think that's all I have. So I appreciate you guys as always. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you for hanging with me. Don't forget to give me the likes on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that sub button. I always appreciate that. It just keeps me, it helps. Like Quita said, it's free to do it. I feel like I give good content. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's keep this thing going. And don't forget to give Quita a follow if you're not. Give RC a follow if you're not. And my homie Cess Talk Sports, go ahead and give her a follow as well. We do a lot of collabing together. That's a person that really supports me and my channel. So shout out to those creators as well. Fulan, who else was in here? KB. How do you say that? I don't want to mess up your thing. See if I can find it. He does a show with Cess called the CC Show. Is it KBFB? I forgot what it is. Sorry, I can't remember. There it is. KBAF. KBAF is another show. I didn't see HD in here today, but HD also has a YouTube channel. So I appreciate all y'all for watching. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I will catch y'all later. Stay up, stay good. Don't fight. Protect your peace as always. And let's enjoy this last game of the WNBA regular season and get ready for the playoffs. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.